So welcome to Coffee with Jim. Today I'm in South Dakota at our treatment center here, and I just was asking one of the participants if they wouldn't mind answering a few questions. So my name's Jim, and this is Bailey. Hi, Bailey.
Hi.
So Bailey, the main question will be, what did you think it was going to be like when you came here? And what is it like now? Like, is there a difference between the...
There's a big difference between what I was expecting and what I am getting. I feel like when what I was expecting when I came here, there aren't enough words to describe. When you come into treatment, you expect there to be like a rigidness behind it. You expect a certain level of expectation and structure, and I think almost a hardness behind coming to treatment, especially in inpatient treatment. You know, everybody expects that, there's going to be a level of discomfort, and there's going to be higher expectations because of where you're at in your drug use when you come in the doors. And I think that as compared to another treatment that I've been to in the past, I was really nervous to come in here and not meet the criterias that were going to be expected of me when I came in these doors. And when I got here, it was completely different than I expected. I've only been to one other inpatient treatment before, so I only have one other place to compare it to. But this place is immensely different. I have never been, even in an outpatient treatment, been treated with such kindness and understanding that I get here. They let me work my program. If they let it fall into place the way that it needs to fall into place. If I'm struggling in one area over the other, like if I'm struggling with talking in classes, they're encouraging about it. If I'm having a hard time, yesterday we were just talking about self-care, and I seem to struggle in the mornings. I've been running a night schedule for a long time, so getting up in the mornings is a little bit more difficult for me, and getting the self-care in that I need, and in order to feel good about myself and my recovery, and just my mental health in the mornings. My mental health is a little bit more difficult to get my bearings together, and they have allowed me to take the time when needed to just take a step back and take care of myself and get my thoughts together, or put myself together, make myself presentable in the morning in a way that meets my needs, which is it's outstanding. I've never had somebody care about me as a person versus me as a whole. It's not about the group, it's about the individual.
Now, how many are in your group?
How many of us are there now? 30 of us, 31, 32. But in my LIB class, there's only 12 of us, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. I guess I've never really taken the time to count.
What does the LIB stand for?
LIB stands for Living in Balance. So we talk about the day-to-day experiences of being in recovery and dealing with being an addict or an alcoholic, being in recovery, how we came about, discovering that we were an addict, how to handle my feelings, how to go to 12-step meetings, what those 12, or how to go to recovery meetings, what recovery meetings are about, how to pick one, how to find a sponsor, how to understand my emotions when I'm coming off the drugs, and even just in recovery in general. Those are all important things.
So how far did you travel to come to treatment here?
I came from Sioux Falls, so it's only about an hour away.
Local, yeah? Okay. Well, that's good. So you're not just doing 12-step work, you're doing a living in balance, and you're finding that very helpful.
Yes. I'm touching more on in the living in balance. It's been more beneficial for me, I think, because it's in a group setting and it's in a small group, so I feel like we get more time to really discuss things and to be outward about our thoughts and opinions, and to be able to get other people's thoughts and opinions about the same thing, so we can see it from a different point of view. What might work for one person might not work for someone else, but what works for someone else might work for me. So I kind of get to take what I want and leave the rest.
So have you been to outside meetings while you're here?
I have. I got to go to one meeting in Madison. I went to the NA meeting instead of the AA meeting. There were only 5 of us in there, but it was super helpful actually, because when I leave here, I'm thinking about going to Turning Point. And a few of the people that were in that NA meeting were actually past participants from here, and they're at Turning Point. So I kind of got to see what the next step is going to look like if that's the path I choose.
And Turning Point is what?
To my understanding, Turning Point is a transitional housing program that also offers a level of care, but kind of helps me get my feet back in the world, get my toes in instead of jumping 2 feet in.
Good. No, I believe that's what it is. Well, Bailey, I just wondering, what's the biggest thing you've got out of this treatment so far that's different than other times?
I think it's been the fellowship. I think that getting the time that I have outside of class to really meet the people that I'm in treatment with, and to really support one another, and to understand, everybody has a story, everybody has a past, and everybody is struggling with kind of the same things. So getting to know each person that I'm in treatment with, and hearing their stories and understanding their hardships, make it that much easier for me to talk about my story and my hardships, and getting advice, really seeing how other people are handling their situations gives me a better grasp on how I want to handle my situations, or how I want to handle the things that are transpiring in my life. So I definitely think that the level of camaraderie and fellowship that we have here is better than any place I've ever been before.
Good. So how do you find the accommodations and the food and the transportation and all that kind of stuff?
Oh my gosh. I've put on 4 pant sizes since I've been here. The food is amazing. And being able to come and go and get snacks and take as much or as little as I want is nice, especially when you're coming from a year of not eating,
Right.
So the food is definitely really good. Having my own room, I chose to have a roommate just because it was better for the both of us. I don't really like to be alone. My roommate was afraid of being with somebody she didn't know. So we asked to room together, but being able to have our own rooms and our own space, our own beds, our own bathroom is phenomenal. But even just the building, having the space to roam around, to move around, and not feel like we're living on top of each other is nice.
Good. So would you recommend this for other people?
I would. I came here because every person that I've talked to about this place has had amazing things to say about it, and has said that this is a wonderful program. And I kind of milled over my options. I like to make, I'm a type A personality. I plan everything to death. And I like to have all of my information. I like to make educated decisions. And this was just the reviews alone. I got online, I looked it up, I immediately wanted to come here, and I'm glad that I did. This place has been a game changer. It's been a life changer.
Good. Well, we like to do that. We like to change lives. That's what really attracted me to this business, is that we can see people change. And I'm down there right now putting up a climbing wall, which isn't quite up yet, but hopefully I'll get it up this week, so that participants can learn how to climb and gives them structure in their life. And so that's why I'm here this week. And I come down about once a month just to see how things are going, and they seem to be going quite well. So I want to thank you for sharing your story with me.
Absolutely.